you seen any difference in perhaps the utilization of the tight end with the offense?
Oh, I mean, Coach Scott is our position coach, so we're near and dear to his heart, and I mean, we just need to continue to make plays, and I think we'll be used a lot this year.
Do you see yourself in a role of receiving some passes more so than just being a blocker?
I mean, I haven't dropped the ball since spring, so I hope so.
Which said yesterday that you might be the most improved player on this roster. What leads him to say that?
I mean, I think since I made the switch from linebacker, I had a quiet couple of years, but I've been working every day, getting better at the things that I need to improve, and I think it's finally paying off.
What's kind of the biggest difference that you feel for yourself just in this transition?
I think it's kind of mindset. When Coach Scott came in, it really kind of rejuvenated everybody. Everybody has like a new focus and a new commitment to getting better, and really also like believing in yourself and believing in that we're going to make plays at the tight end position.
Jakob, is part of that the fact that he's been coaching the tight ends and you might get some more opportunities in there?
I mean, definitely, but he also, I mean, from the jump, he made it clear. He showed us some of the things that he did when he was in Miami, and kind of his standard and expectation for a tight end. If you want to be a tight end in his offense, you got to be able to make plays on the ball, but you also got to be physical and very tough in the run game. So that was his expectation from the start.
How much of a help has Ethan Wolf been in this transition for you?
Oh, I mean, Ethan, that's my brother. We've been here together since our first semester here. I remember walking to class with him. He was right down the door for me in the dorm. So we've been cool from the jump, and he's just been giving me tips here and there, and I mean, it's really just paying off now.
Do you think the tight ends and the offensive line will be more physical this year than a year ago?
Definitely, and I mean, a big part of that is I think the work Coach Rock has done with us since he got here. We got a lot stronger, a lot more explosive. I got a lot stronger and explosive. So, and a bunch of the freshmen made big jumps too. So I think you'll definitely see a lot more stronger and explosive.
Jakob, I know
you focus on different things in the weight room that had been done before.
Oh yeah, a lot more just explosive work, a lot more kind of power cleans, and really just making sure that everybody has an individual plan on what they need to improve on.
Jakob, I know you were already in the States, in Jacksonville, before you came here. Yeah. Talk about the support you've gotten and the contact with everybody back in Germany.
Oh, I mean, my people back home, they're always checking on me. They're always making sure. Always asking questions, how you doing? My mom and my two little sisters, they're always FaceTiming me and stuff. And my coaching staff back in Germany, they came out to a game every season that I've been here. So they really make sure just to stay in touch and check up on me to keep my mind right.
Do they wear Tennessee stuff? They sending you pictures?
Oh yeah. They got the chance to meet Coach Jones too my freshman year, and they're just really excited for me to have this opportunity. So they just want to come to the games and enjoy it too.
I was wondering, y'all had permanent captains last year. This year y'all are going back to the weekly captains. As a player, do you have a preference one way or another in how y'all handle that? Or?
I mean, I really don't. I mean, I feel like it kind of makes sense the way we're going back to now. Last year you kind of had a group of guys that were some very seasoned kind of guys, and I mean, switching it up this year, I don't see a problem with that.
Jakob, what have you seen from Latrell Bumpus at tight end the first week?
Bump, man, he can run for a guy that's 260 coming out of high school. He can really move, and he's really physical, kind of just a raw talent. And I think you'll hear his name a lot down the line. I think he got a great potential to be a great tight end here at UT.
And going up against guys on defense, anyone caught your eye when you've gone up against them?
I mean, you got a bunch of guys working. I mean, of course, DT and Kongbo, they really stepped up to the plate, kind of filling in the gap at the D-line position. But there are also a couple of young guys. Johnson, I know he's been here since the spring, and he's been really working and starting to show now. And I mean, that whole D-line group, they're just, I mean, they're weird, but they have their own little flow going on now. And I think some of them watch Planet of the Apes a little bit too much because they just like to just scream and holler, but I think they'll step to the plate.
Jakob,
Coach Jones, he's noticed a lot of leadership by committee on this team. Can you cite some examples and how beneficial is that?
Oh man, I think it makes all the difference. I mean, this whole summer, from an offensive perspective, and I mean defense too, we had player-led throwing sessions, player-led kind of 7-on-7 situations of just guys getting together and going through the plays, and it just gives us a head start now heading into camp. I mean, all the freshmen knew the plays heading into camp. You know, we got a bunch of the stuff done already, and it was just there was no break like how you usually have it, where there's a time where you kind of don't have any football going on, so we just kind of kept the ball rolling from the end of spring right up onto camp, where we just made sure we stay up on the plays, we stay throwing, we stay, you know what I mean, making those connections.
Jakob, in terms of using your hands at the tight end position, is that how far have you come in that area, and how much? Because I mean, I know that maybe a dumb question, but in Germany, a lot of people aren't using their hands to play ball.
Yeah. Man, so I mean, of course, when I first got moved over, I had no hands, and I feel like now I have some hands. It took me some time, man. It's just more than hands is really just working on your eye discipline, and I mean, I spent all winter working with Quez and T-Bird on just working on the tennis ball machines, working on the jugs, and we just kept that going. And I feel like it is something you just got to work on every day.
How much has your confidence improved in that area?
Greatly. I mean, that's the first step. First, you gotta believe in yourself that you can do it, and then you just gotta go out there and do it.
Yeah, sorry.
Should we be expecting any more Periscope bike rides anytime soon?
Oh yeah, man. I recently moved, so the bike ride is gonna be a little bit different, but I still bike the campus every day, so you'll see me on there a little bit more in the fall.
As tight ends, you guys got to work with the offensive line and Coach Wells, and then the wide receivers and Coach Beard. What can you say about Coach Wells and Coach Beard?
Coach Wells is very energetic. He's a stand-up kind of guy. Real cool dude. I know the O-line, they all love him. And Coach Beard is just somebody, I mean, whenever he's down there at the dinner table, that's somebody you want to sit down with and just have a conversation about life and what you want to do and how to be a man. So I really like both guys. That's pretty much it.
Two more guys.
What do you get out of those conversations?
Man, Coach Beard, he's gonna talk to you about what you want to do with your future and what it's gonna take to get there. I mean, he's just a real spiritual kind of guy. So I know he's been talking to a bunch of guys on the team and really helped him.
Last question. As far as you being able to contribute, just now as a senior, kind of stepping into a bigger role, do you think the biggest thing was maybe just finding the right home, or was it kind of, did you face maybe a bigger adjustment to playing at this level because of your background, not being in the U.S. for very long and all that?
I mean, I think transitioning to a position that I've never really played before probably played a big role. I mean, I was always active on special teams, but I feel like it just took me some time to really get the hang of playing tight end and really what it takes to get on the field.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jakob.
Appreciate it.